So I gotta use the bathroom. So I'll be back. I'll be back. Let me go on mute because I know these people are nosy. What's this shit? It's not gonna hang out. It always happens to me, but yeah, back in the motherfucking house. Oh, can't wait to eat my meal, you guys. Can't wait to eat a good old meal. Can't wait to eat a good old meal. But no, I came on here for a short second. Look. I'm gonna try my best for the next month. Well, this month that we are in, to not be a Debbie Downer when it comes to the holidays. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been kind of fascinated by watching other people. I guess cook. They meals for the holiday season. So I'm gonna try my best to not get on here and be like that. Like how I normally can be, really just be so just over it all. But I can't help it sometimes. I can't help it sometimes. Sometimes it just comes out. I guess it's a mood thing because I can be very, very moody at times. But sometimes I just have to get it out. But another thing too, I am not feeling a lot of the changes that I'm used to going when it comes to certain buildings. I'm just the federal buildings. I'm just I'm not with it. And I'm like, what the hell? I was so frustrated this morning. I was very frustrated because I had to wait 2 hours, not one but 2 hours, 2 hours. And as I was waiting, sitting there, someone told me to get up and go see if your name is on the roster, to be seen. Because I'm seeing folks walking in and out. I'm like, damn, you just got here. Now you look, and your name is getting called. But some of them had appointments. But at the same time, I'm like, no, this ain't gonna work for me. Cause I look, sometimes you gotta be mindful of when someone is actually willing to help you. So I don't want to waste anybody's time. Look, if I need a lift, they'll give me that. Okay, they'll give me that. But also I'm also paying gas money, so it don't matter. But I don't want to be having nobody waiting because I ain't gonna lie to you, I was gonna be waiting there for a little minute, but I didn't want to be there, for 3 and 4 hours, and I'm like, I'm not seeing anybody mentioning my name or really call my name out. Like, oh hell no, this is some bullshit. And then all that scanning shit. I don't want to do. I ain't with all that scanning shit. Yeah, I'm used to just getting a damn number. Just get a number, man. Sit there, wait. Yeah, pet. You looking over. You gotta look over your shoulder because yeah, folks. You don't know who the hell coming up in that bitch mad. They could be really look. They could be very, very mad. I ain't trying to be I'm paying attention to everybody. Look, bitch, I'm looking at you. You looking at me, bitch. We both look at each other. That's kind of how I feel. Well, that's how I feel. Well, that's how I feel. That's how I feel anytime I'm out. You goddamn right. I'm eyeing you down because I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Look, as far as I can throw you, and I ain't finna pick you up. Look, I'm not finna pick you up. I ain't finna pick none of them up at all. But I just don't like that at all. I just don't like that at all because, it was senior citizens there, and there was some people that weren't senior citizens, and they didn't have like I guess the right technology, when it comes to the phones. So therefore, they phones didn't have that option, and they just had to go and wait and stand there. You gotta wait and stand there for a little minute just to just for someone to come see really they'll see they'll see you standing, but they'll just also just ask you, do you need any help? But hell yeah, look, I needed some help, and many other people was needing some help too. Like damn, the people that's all this shit up. Think about the elderly. A lot of them don't always be tech savvy. You know, a lot of them don't really be tech savvy. So, they need to be mindful of that. Like, shit, hey, everybody don't always have an iPhone. Yeah. Or, they may not have a scan. See, it's people out here that are still using flip phones. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Hell, I come from the flip era. Yes, indeed. I'm proud. Look, a lot of these folks don't like to be saying their ages and the year they were born. Shit, forget it, baby. It is what it is. I'm 92, baby, and I'ma still be. I'm gonna still be the same age. Well, not the same. I'm gonna be different ages, but I'm just happy that hopefully I can reach some of them ages. Hell, and I'm still keep it like like look like how I've been keeping it. Ain't no reason I'm gonna switch up or lie about what it really is, because your face gonna tell it all. Anyways, you're gonna age. And you're gonna get older. I'm embracing every flaw. Okay, I'm embracing every flaw. You ain't gotta like it. Somebody else will like it. Okay, and then they'll treat me with respect. And love. And that's one thing now you how to get me really is to my stomach too as well. If you got all those qualities that I need, don't take much. Look, it won't take much for me at all. you know. But I ain't looking for nobody right now. But I'm just saying, baby, you got that quality on you, babe. Just know when I get ready to bless you, you gonna know it. You gonna see it, and look, it may come off as if I'm trying to buy your love. I ain't trying to buy your love at all. I ain't trying to buy your love. I just gotta appreciate you too as well, as much as you are appreciate me. You know, 50-50, if you ask me. It's 50-50 over here. When you deal with Cannonball over here, Mr. Cannon, if you're nasty, hmm it's pretty much 50-50. I ain't looking for no handouts. I don't want no handouts. I want to have my own handout. Okay, on deck. That's how you look. That's how you be a grown up. Okay, look, looking for the next pillow to post or a couch to surf. That ain't what's up. That ain't what's up. It would never be what's up. It's to each his own. Whoever may be out there that's on that same type of mind, well, that may have that same type of mindset, and it may. For me, I feel like it's game. You may think that you're getting over, but you ain't really doing too much. Anybody can do what you're doing. That's why I don't brag about the shit that I done experienced. I may talk about it, or I may just have a moment where I may want to bring it up. But honestly, I ain't fucked up about that shit. That shit is old to me, and I have moved on from it. Yes, indeed. Happy, happy, baby. I'm happy. But yeah, when you're fucking around with me, you're gonna get the real, and you're gonna get the real side of. Okay, I'm not just only thinking about myself, but I'm also thinking about someone that I'm with too as well. And I have always been like that. And look, if I got it to give or give it, really to give it to you to really share, I'm going to do my best. Okay, I'm going to do my best, and I hope that it's appreciated. It may not be what you want, but you'll have what you need. Trust and believe. Hey, I ain't lying to you. You will. You will. Yeah. That's all. I'm like that online sometimes. Look, if I donate to you, I can donate to you. If I can't donate to you, just know hell, I'm still here. I'm in the bushes. I may share your video. I may give. Look. I'm always give you a thumbs up, but look. I'm gonna try my best to make sure. Hey, can you get look? Can some more people watch you, or can some people see who this is, so you can get some support. And that's what I love when it comes to a relationship. You get that support, but even if the support wasn't as much as I would like, I'll still be with them. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I ain't no picky person. I ain't no picky person at all. I accept people for who they are and what they show me, and whatever I may not have when it comes to their standards, or whatever they may not have when it comes to my standards. We gonna work it out. We gonna work it out, and we always gonna be that team. We can be that power couple. We can have our own little thing when it comes to that whole doing it big. We'll do it. We'll do it big in our own little way. It don't take a lot to enjoy a moment with someone that you say that you love. It don't take a lot at all. It's the really, really in my eyes, it's the thought that counts. You know, If you thinking about me, you thinking that I should have this and have that, that's coming from who you are as a person. That really means a lot to me as well. I promise you. Ooh, I don't want to get on here and get emotional, but yes, indeed, that really means a lot to me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hmm. Man, how could you go wrong with that? That's why I will never understand how people can go out here and cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat. I'm not cheating, you know. I don't want to cheat on nobody that I'm saying I'm loving. Why would I want to risk, catching something? That's scary to me. That's scary going back and forth to the clinic and seeing, oh, you got the hiccups on your penis, or you got a cough that you can't get rid of, or you got stuff on your skin. Mm-mm. I don't want to look like that. I may come off as, I guess sexual, very seductive at times, but that's just me loving on me and me accepting me and my body weight, and laying my size too, and all me, whether people find it attractive or not. But look, I like me. You ain't gotta like me, but I like me, and there's plenty of other people that love me and like me too. You know, can't nobody ever take that away from me. For me loving who the hell I am. Yeah. Because, baby, you think I'm going to try to find love where I know where it ain't going to be? It ain't going to be nothing. It ain't going to be nothing. Like, it ain't going to be it just will never be. At first, I got to try to find love within myself. Then I can go out there. Okay? Mm-mm. I won't be no fool trying to searching for a place where I should have been searching within myself, trying to find it in somebody else. That's where people get messed up at it a lot of the times, and they got to stop trying to find. Sometimes they be trying to find the same person in another person, but you will never find that person that you may have clicked with. So you got to switch it up. You got to switch it up. If you don't switch it up, maybe you just be on a roller coaster. On a thrill ride. If you don't switch it up, you'll be on a thrill ride, and I ain't trying to be on no thrill rides, baby. We all go. I feel like we all go through cycles if we are going to be, out here doing what we do. You know, I ain't talking about nobody, no one's really nobody that's married, but they are. They do. They do. Married people do what they do. The ones that want to experiment and things like that. I ain't with no. And if you my baby, you my baby, my only baby. We ain't finna be having this baby and that baby and looking another baby around. No, hell, that would turn me off, and that would open up a door for a ruined marriage and a relationship. All that opening and shit. No, if you ain't happy with me, you ain't happy with nobody else. You know, you ain't happy with nobody else if you ain't happy with the one that you say you want to do other things. Now I can see you want to bring a little toy in the bedroom. Okay, that's fine. But bringing an actual another human being, mm-mm. Me personally, whatever floats your boat, hey, you like it, I sure don't love it, and I damn sure ain't doing it. Mm. Especially when you have lived and did certain things in your life. And look, I don't have to really too much go into detail about that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It really is the truth. But you guys, thank you for coming on through. I appreciate you. I love you guys. You guys are always here to listen to my little rhetoric. You know, I'm trying to get better. Trust and believe. I'm trying to get better. But I got to get better at just getting certain things done and stop putting them on the wayside, which I have a bad habit of kind of being how do you say, a procrastinator. Yeah, I hope I'm saying the word right. But yeah, I'm trying to work on just sticking to what I need to be handling and stop waiting the weeks and days and I'm damn near a month or two to handle some goddamn business. Okay, because boy, sometimes I can fall off the wagon. When I'm on what I would say, when I'm just doing me. Okay, when I'm just doing me. Sometimes I can't fall off the wagon, but at the same time, I know how to look. I know how to get back on that motherfucker. And look, we're gonna be riding that motherfucker home, baby. Look, we can have playtime later. But we gonna be look when I ride look when I ride look when I'm riding my wagon, and I'm making sure that I gotta make sure that that I gotta handle certain things and get things done. Hey, playtime can wait. I can't get I would say in a happy spell by doing things that I like to do, and then try to work and try to make sure that the work is looking like it's supposed to be looking and not fucked up. I can't be like that. All that, some people can operate like that, but I can't be. I just can't. I really can't. I'd rather be, sober. I gotta be sober. I don't want to be. I don't want to be under the influence, and I'm, you know, helping someone out. You know, and I can see if we just, sitting around and maybe boxing things up, or you may need me to, stuff a little, here and there for you. Get some shit wrapped up for you because that's one of my specialties. I'm gonna use my specialties. I'm gonna keep it nice. I'm gonna keep it neat. I'm gonna get low. Oh my goodness. I don't know why that song about that song popped up in my head. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that everything is done. Then I'm gonna have my fun. And I don't want nobody telling me about how much fun I'm having after I done got done completing the work. Okay, I ain't lying to you. I don't want to hear it. And even if I did, look, I'm gonna tell you like this: even if I was to indulge, which I won't, that ain't really me. Mm-mm. Sometimes, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes a nigga may be getting, caught off guard or catch me at the wrong damn time and shit. Sometimes I walk away from the part, look, all the partiness. I can do that this easily. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't what y'all, it ain't what some folks on here may be thinking, but it ain't that. Mm. It's just me doing me and enjoying my time, baby. Yes, indeed. It's enjoying my time. Yes, indeed. But you guys, it's been real. I don't want to hold you guys longer than I have. I do appreciate you guys for dropping on down. And you guys be blessed and not stressed. I love you. And we'll chat again. I'm out. Peace. Oh yeah, and please like the video. Please like the video. I know a lot of folks be trying to see, who in the what's going on with you? Oh, yeah. All this is assuming. But you know what? Before I go, I gotta say this. Some folks gotta stop trying to take the beef off of them and try to put it on other people. I ain't gonna lie. I heard something and I was like, why my name gotta be in it? Yeah. Just because the heat is on you, don't mean you gotta put me in that reference or really referring to me about an old situation. Like, damn, where that come from? You know, if somebody upset, but I don't take it. I don't take it to heart. I really don't. I really don't. But I'm like, what? What I got it? Why I gotta be mentioned in that? That ain't no. I want people looking at that. That ain't because it's nothing there to look at. If I want to show somebody on camera, I show them on camera. But if I choose not to, I choose not to. You won't see them. Yes, indeed. And like a lot of people been saying, keep whatever you do off the line. So that's what I've been doing, keeping it off the line. I keep it to myself. That's all you got to do. Keep a lot of shit to yourself, so you ain't got to hear about it or relive it. Okay, you ain't got to hear about it or relive it. Learn to just shut the fuck up and just keep it moving. Keep a lot of shit to yourself. You know. I ain't lying to you. Be honest who you want to be honest with, but just learn to keep a lot of things to yourself. It's all this, just running your mouth. It's pointless. It's pointless. Especially when folks don't have your best interests at heart. Honestly. But let me get off here, you guys. Y'all be safe and please like the video before you leave. And if you're watching this on the replay, please like the video after you leave. All right, you guys. I'm out of here. Peace. Hey, y'all spoken. I'm just getting out of here. Look, y'all gotta catch the replay. Love y'all.